Hello, collective. I'm back. So, welcome back. And my name is Carla, the Divine Mystic. For those of you that don't know me, if you are new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. So, these are energy messages for the whole collective. No matter where you are in your journey, my messages are timeless and they cover everything, everything that you can think of that you might experience, of course, on a spiritual ascension journey. So this is a twin flame reading, because this is why, because I keep getting this. And I keep getting a lot of union cards. It's like a lot of unions are doing something right now at this time. And there's just a lot of communication in general. So I'm trying to keep up with that communication. Trying to do my best to keep up with it. I try not to pick up too many unions. I already got kind of a lot going on with the sessions and the healing circle, so doing twin flame messages on top of that can get a little overwhelming, especially at times like right now. I'm in the Easter spirit. We've already got all the Easter candy. Easter dinner is planned. Hopefully get some time outdoors and some time to see the family and the kiddos, and hope all of you are having a safe and very relaxing Easter week. I can't believe it's already here. It rolled up on me real fast. I'm just getting through the day every day, and the next thing I know, it's Easter already. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. We did not already come into Easter. That's really crazy. So yeah, I've been avoiding doing a lot of messages because it gets overwhelming having twin flame union, having the fivefold ministry, homeschooling the kiddo, having the healing circle, and just everything. We've been doing shadow work in our union, so we gotta take time. I want to speed things up, and I wish I could make things go faster myself, but you can't really rush these things. It takes a lot out of you to work on your union. Honestly, if you're not getting a lot of fresh air, a lot of rest, sunshine, sun gazing, and all of these things to help replenish your spirit and take care of your body, especially right now during the solar ascension cycle that we're in. Let's see, we just got through I think it was a huge Mercury retrograde. And then the planets did some funny stuff. Then they did some lining up. They needed some full moon action, some eclipse action. Plenty of exciting things going on out there in the ethers on top of everything. And then the weather goes crazy, and we have the solar weather happening after the weather itself just goes berserk. So we have a lunar ascension cycle on top of all these massive lunar and solar ascension cycles, eclipses. We had 2 Friday the 13th last month, and on March 3rd last month was 3 major catastrophes happened. I'm like, did I get that right? Am I keeping up with all this? Wow. So, okay, so there is an appointed time for every union, and unions are going to start coming together. But here's the crazy thing. So, we've been getting a lot of confirmation. A lot of things are going to play out. But while these things are playing out, the kingdom age is becoming active. And so the Kingdom Age is things that I talk about all the time. The millstones, the Michelin star, the activations, the New Earth activations that I talk about and that I do here. So that's the truth. That's the truth right there, you guys. Alright, so yeah, we're already like way heavy into Easter. We've got cooking to do. We've got Jesus coloring pages and a Jesus movie to watch with the kiddos. Like, we're definitely going to make it a family special time, okay? I'm really excited. It's going to be, after all the hard work the past few weeks, it's going to be a time for just relaxing and winding down. I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, so 9 of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. What's up with 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords? Okay, so it's like the Queen of Swords is dragging this single feminine out. Like, oh no, you're coming with me. You're single. You're still single. Don't pretend you're not single. Yeah, it's like something like that is kind of happening. And, okay, there's been changes in my monad, for those of you that don't know that. So as your ministry grows, your monad grows too. So your monad's going to go through changes and stuff. So God sends you your people on your spiritual journey. Those people are your monad. That is your working spiritual group is like your monad. So you deal with your monad in the spiritual realm, and you deal with them in the real world physical realm as well. So whenever you're dealing with things that are going on in your monad, that could also include your family members, things going on your job, things going on with your pets, things going on with your housemates, family members, boyfriends, girlfriends, just literally anybody that's in your sphere of energy. You know, you're going to experience a lot with that. So everybody's kind of in a different place. Now, with this level of the ascension where we're at now, we're like over the halfway mark. We've been over the halfway mark for a long time. We've been in this ascension thing for a long time. Many of us are so weary. And, okay, so some people were able to, like, come flying out the gate. They came out, they told everybody about the ascension, told everybody this, that, the other, and then they disappeared. So some of them were there just, you know, to spread the word. Some were there to make money. Some were called. Few were chosen. Many were called, few were chosen. Okay, so wherever you were in this ascension between 2012 and now, that judgment's going to start very soon. So we've been doing a lot of the generational curse breaking, timeline jumps, and now we're on the collective ascension cycle that we're supposed to be on. We're on the proper ascension timeline for the planet. And a lot of people know that. A lot of people don't pay attention anymore because everything is the way it is. I don't know. People gotta have a competition about everything. And they want to argue about everything. I don't know. But I don't know what to do except tell you, because it's my job to tell you. And that's to tell you where we are in the ascension, to try to prepare you. So, kind of where we are is we're moving now in the ascension. We're definitely moving. It's like the planet is getting geared back up for something. She's gonna make some moves. She's gonna make some money moves. She don't gotta dance no more. So, okay, yeah, the planet has chosen her paths, and she's chosen how she's going to go on the path, and the whole thing. The whole thing's planned for the rest of the ascension. There's no changes. There's no like last minute plans. Everything, missions are on. The last few missions will be done at the tail end of this part of the ascension, which will be 2026 till 2050. The ascension will go on for a long time, but the one that we're experiencing in my generation, yeah, till about 2050. So now listen, so our kids are going to be here for planetary ascension, and we are going to have to prepare them, and then with our gifts and abilities, those of us who are not already under judgment for doing so will have to honor the gifts and abilities and the original contracts with Gaia, Sacred Feminine, which are listed in the Bible as contracts with Israel, God's people, the body of Christ, God's covenant promise. That's the governing source there of everything. And then within that you have contracts of people you're going to have relationships with, children you're going to raise, your eternal rewards and your eternal fate, and that whole situation right there. So if for some reason you're not meeting, if you're not under judgment, then you're coming into the ascension and you know what's up. Or you're coming into the ascension and you're going to know what's up. Okay? So whatever the case, in this ascension, it's been absolutely crazy. So I still give my ascension reports. I do most of that right on the channel. So if you're not subscribed, please do go ahead and subscribe so you'll get plenty of reports and messages from Sham's World of Guided Messages. And please leave some likes. Thank you for your support helping this channel grow. Okay, we need your likes, we need your subscribes, and we really appreciate you coming to spend some time with us. These messages are for the Divine Masculine Feminine Collective. So if something does not resonate for you, it is probably not your message. If something is resonating for you, please let me know in the comments. Just say, this one hits me, okay? I'm feeling it. This one resonates. You're talking about me. I think you can just let me know, hey, you've picked up my energy. And as a matter of fact, as you're listening, the more you tune in, the more I may pick up your energy, especially the more active that you are. So just showing you some of the cards that we're getting so far. We're just taking a quick peek at some of the energies at this time right now. So the thing is, the masculine energy has been super busy, and so has the feminine, and we've been working super hard on our union because we've been doing so much shadow work, plus we just have like so much going on. So the thing about our union is that we've actually been technically in separation the entire time. We started coming together and having merge happening for us in our union about 2017, and by the time 2024 came, we were completing a merge and a massive healing. So it was huge. It was a massive big deal. I shared my journey with a lot of other people who were also on the Twin Flame Ascension journey. So a lot of people got to witness that and see it go down in real time. If you were on social media and you were watching, and if you were paying attention, then you saw Twin Flame merge happening. You saw the timeline merge. You saw all of that. And if you were paying attention more recently, you would have seen how we collectively kind of came into a more assimilated energy and raised up onto a timeline. That timeline is coded out with 624, and that is the planetary destined new Earth timeline. So that's the most beautiful thing about that timeline, is that it has new Earth destiny on it. When we're on that timeline and we're on the ascension, that's sacred feminine timeline. That's the timeline that you have a contract in the ascension to be on that highest timeline. That is where your twin flame and you are destined to be, is on that higher timeline. And you'll know when you're on that higher timeline because you might see the numbers for that higher timeline. You might see you and your twin flames birthday numbers and other people's birthday numbers. You might see other codes, other numbers and dates and area codes and just all kinds of things that have to do with numbers that stand out to you synchronistically as like signs, wonders, and miracles. So miracles and wonders do follow us as twin flames and chosen souls. And those miracles, signs, and wonders are often seeing things like numbers, having divine experiences, having things happen that are like a phenomenon, including relationships that are like a phenomenon, like we call the twin flame journey. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the masculine energy and then the feminine energy. So we're going to see what's going on with the masculine. And this is just a quick energy read. This isn't a full-blown reading. This desk is much smaller. It's less room, but I don't usually need that much room. So if I need more room, I can always just move it over to the table or the bed. It's no big deal. So in the meantime, we'll just work with it how it is. So we're looking at the masculine energy first. So masculines have been yearning for the union, yearning for their feminines, really sick and tired of separation. Many of them, if you've been in separation or you have had no contact, they're really tired. They're ready to communicate. And whenever the masculines are ready to communicate, that's when the feminine is being called into divine meetings and missions are starting, and then we're ready to communicate. If it's being forced outside of that, it's kind of hard. That's why I work in my shamanic healing circle with all the angelic names and shamanic things, because it helps protect and ground my energy. So that way I don't have a lot of people trying to constantly tap in and stay tapped into my energy on this timeline, because this is a timeline that just naturally happens to this timeline. It picks up a lot of the collective sacred feminine and masculine. So if other collective masculines and feminines are really feeling it, really going through it, really struggling to transmute, if they're struggling with their light body, if they're dealing with blockage, if they're struggling with their union, if they're struggling in getting their shadow work done, if they're dealing with anything like a dark void experience or like a toxic twin flame merge, those are some of the main things. If they're dealing with tagging situations, any of these things, spiritual tagging, these are things that I deal with my collective. I've just been working with people, again, doing Michelin star activations and deactivating it. So I call it deactivating porthole energy, but when I'm working on you as an individual, it's tagging. So if I'm working on a space, then I may refer to energies differently than if I'm referring to a person. So if I'm working on a person's energy. So all my energy healing is remote. for those of you that don't know. So when I'm doing Michelin star activation, it's kind of standard for me as I call in the Archangel Michael and the Archangel Gabriel and the Archangel Raziel, the Archangel Uriel, the Archangel Metatron, the Archangel Shamuel. These are our 5 guys, our 5 big guys from the Archangelic realm. And I call them to be with us to help clear all energy spheres for sacred masculine and sacred feminine collective. So for those of you that don't know, sacred masculine and feminine energy covers the most vulnerable, empaths, children, animals, and the divine masculine and feminine collective. So when I say sacred feminine, I am referring to the overarching collective conscious energy. So that overarching energy is there to help you be more grounded and tapped into your spiritual discernment, Holy Spirit, wisdom, and guidance. And to help you manifest and to navigate on your journey. Okay, so masculines, where are you at, masculines? What you been up to? Let's cut the deck and then let's get it going. Let's get it popping for Poppy. Poppy masculine. He's been doing the daddy role, and he's been doing a pretty rocking good job at the daddy role. Masculines, he's been coming in not only with the kids and the union, but like he's been showing in the ministry, he's been having that armor on, coming in kind of like, you know, a peaceful deacon and in his best masculine energy. And it's actually just something I'm proud of right now with the masculines. So they have 6 of Swords. So this could be something involving words or documents, but if it is, it could be something you're very passionate about or very heated about. Something you care a lot about, or it's like super significant, or it could also have to do with children, not necessarily, but it might have to. And this could have to do with a masculine, okay? So this could be a family member of yours, a friend, this could be you, this could be a child. Okay, this has to do with something involving a young masculine. It doesn't have to be a masculine, it can be a feminine. But this looks like it has to do with contracts, burdens, something that's kind of a burden. We got another 6 and a 4 as well as a queen. Okay, so this is also about a feminine. This could be a boy and his mom. It could be the masculine and the feminine. It could be the masculine and her feminine energy, or the masculine and his feminine energy. So take it how it applies and however it does resonate for you. So with the 4, this looks like something you something you prayed for. This could be a helper that's coming to you at this time to help you, and this could be helping you with something that has to do with your heart or relationships. Something that's been a burden and it has to do with relationships. You're contemplating about something that has to do with the feminine. And it's like you're focused on her heart and her beliefs, specifically about love and communication and light language. Somebody's kind of wearing their heart on their sleeve right now about their feminine. It could be about the union and the feminine. It's looking like the feminine could feel like a burden right now, or the masculine does not want his feminine to feel like a burden, or the Masculine acknowledges the feminine has been weighed down with the burden of kind of holding down the fort with the prayers and the healing circle. But here it's like he's walking in her shoes a little bit more, being a little more considerate, being very compassionate toward the feminine. Could be actually praying for the feminine and about her burdens. Those burdens could have to do with children. Could have to do with older male children or a male child. Doesn't have to, but it could be that. So that's what it looks like so far for the masculine. Let's get some deed cards on here. 1122, masculine is in very powerful manifestation energy. This is a very good time to manifest using Holy Ghost fire. So that would be prayers where you plead the blood and you plead the Holy Ghost fire. You ground your energy, use sun gaze. You do power napping, power meditation, power shower. Mirror affirmations or some type of affirmations or journals or writing songs or writing about how you feel. If you're having a lot of feelings regarding greed at this time, just need to ground your energy and protect your energy. And be careful what you manifest. Stay out of this energy of greed. If this is what you are surrounded by for any reason, I would stay very clear of that energy. Stay in your own energy as a powerful manifester. You don't want to pick up this energy. And why this energy is here right now, as I don't know. Somebody's got some greedy heart. Yeah, somebody's got some greedy desires. Something somebody desires is like greedy. I don't know what that's about. This could have to do with some documents. There might have been something in a document where somebody was being greedy with documents. Could be custody. Somebody wanted to be greedy with custody or money. This has to do with relationships or money. We have overcoming and we have anger. It's like somebody really wanted to hurt somebody when it comes to children and relationships. They might have taken this as far as putting things into writing or taking things into court, or they want to take things into court, or they want to go over the writing or an agreement. There's some kind of agreement. Somebody desires a new agreement and wants you to move forward on a very burdensome type of situation here. Yeah. This has to do with responsibilities, humility, information, wisdom, friendship, and mostly there is something here about overcoming something about desire and something about sex. So it's like the masculine's really been desiring the feminine, like a lot more energy on that note. And it looks like both masculine and feminine have been in good energy when it comes to third energy, which is good because I was getting some third energy attacks, and then I guess the masculine was too. And now it's like, I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Ten of Commandments. So as long as you're staying in this energy, and if you need to repent, not staying in this energy is that anything that's taking you away from God is going to fall in the 10 Commandments category, and you're going to need deliverance from that. So paying attention to that, paying attention also to character, and if there's any character assassination, prejudice, harsh prejudice, prejudice about appearances or ignorances, social grievances, or any other serious grievances, this would be a millstone for shady behavior. So if you're needing a deliverance from that, from others going outside and betraying you recently, masculine, because it did look recently like that's really what the masculine had been through. But now he's like recovering, he's been through some healing, and he really just needs some time to himself and some time with his feminine. Kind of pick himself back up off his bootstraps, and realizing also, you know, it's like what doesn't kill you make you stronger. How did you brave through it? I hope it wasn't a lot of like character assassination, like humiliation ritual type stuff. But check yourself at this time, masculine and feminine. Check yourself. Pray for your own deliverance. If you need to do midnight prayers, you need somebody to pray with you for your deliverance, let me know. That's what I'm here for. I will pray with you for your deliverance. I will pray a full deliverance prayer, and I won't stop praying until you want me to stop praying. I will pray with you every week. I will help remind you of things like this is how we stay on the narrow path and in the light. We stay within the 10 Commandments. We stay off we stay off of the darker path, and we stay on the right path. Pay close attention to our character at all times, the 10 Commandments, and being kind and not harsh and judgmental at this time. And so, okay, this is good energy. Masculine is an excellent energy. It just looks like he's wrapping things up. Him and the feminine have kind of like got to handle a lot of burdens, you know. There's work, there's kids, there's house, there's family, there's stuff, and it's like they're kind of wrapping things up. And there's stuff about paperwork, and there's stuff about the kids and the family, and but all in all, it looks pretty good. The masculine's really focused on his he's kind of being a little selfish. He's focused on his own sexual desires. If that resonates for you, that's what I've been seeing with a lot of the masculine energy. For some of them, it's like they're greedy, but they wanted to make money while they could. They wanted to do things while they could. They want to spend time with the feminine while they can. They want to do things in a timely manner, and they want to do things the right way. The more they're on their journey where they should be, the more they're kind of wanting to do things in alignment. And they want to be in alignment with God and the feminine. So that would be the sacred masculine. And his energy looks good. And wherever the sacred masculine and feminine energy is, the rest of the collective is usually doing better off. So if somebody comes on, like I did hear somebody saying earlier, she said it's like I'm feeling the whole feminine collective right now. That's because the sacred masculine and feminine collective are doing a timeline jump. They're like leading the flock, and they're doing a timeline jump, and it's kind of difficult. And so when that's happening, it's like we're all getting ready, we're all getting ready, we're all getting ready, we're all getting in alignment, we're all getting in alignment, we're all assimilating, and we do that for a while, and we just kind of make the jumps happen. And the more you're used to going through these stages, these intervals, these merges, the better it is. Now, in my case, I had to go through this whole crazy-ass void experience all the time, and that void experience kind of led to a toxic twin flame merge. So I went through a toxic merge where I basically I was on a journey with my masculine for years, and when merge came, it wasn't the masculine who I was journeying with who I completed the merge with. So I was kind of surprised by that. And then because things didn't go the way that we hoped, even though we knew that might not, even though they didn't go the way we hoped, there was still plenty of beautiful, awesome things, plenty of things to be grateful for. There's still definitely a union. There's still definitely plans. It was just strange. Toxic merge can be very difficult. So we were blessed that we had a lot of help with it, and we had the time that we needed to work on it. So it's I think we've pretty much gotten through the toxic merge, all of that stuff, and it was weird for a while. I was acting a little strange, doing things that were strange. And it's everybody knew when we started out on this journey that it was going to go that way. Everybody was told it's going to look like this, it's going to look like this, it's going to sound like this, it's going to sound like this, it's going to feel like this, it's going to seem like this, it's going to feel, it's going to seem, it's going to look, it's going to seem, it's going to feel, it feels, it seems, it looks like this. On and on and on and on. But yet, whenever we get down to it and everybody starts, okay, we're going through the ascension now, we're acting the part, where the masks are coming off, when it's finally happening, everybody kind of freaks out. It happens a lot. But I think the more time goes on, the more we're getting used to it. And the more we get used to it, the more we're able to help others, when it comes to these things. Because we're not helping other people if all we're doing is, we're here to keep you company and talk at you all day and confuse you up and send you here and send you there and everything like that, and sell you this and sell you that, and there's this scam and that scam and this annoying thing and that annoying thing, and then there's this multitude of choices and this multitude of different ways of looking at spirituality. And then there's an AI that thinks it's God. And then it just goes on and on from there. It's everything all the time. And when you work on the internet, which I do, masculine also does work around electronics a lot. We both work around electronics a lot. We both work around music, creativity, kids, family, pets. We have a lot in common. We're both very busy, very active people. So it takes us a while to come together sometimes, but once we come together, it goes pretty good. So we're going to be back at it, hammering it out with the twin flame merge. That's going to be happening again. There's no getting around it. If you've been experiencing toxic twin flame merge, we need you to talk about it. We need people to give testimony and share their experiences on this twin flame ascension journey, the Divine Masculine Feminine Collective. We need lots and lots of sharing and talking and interactions. And we don't need people to run from and smear the labels and the teachings and the real labels and teachings, the divine labels, the angelic labels, the things we do in the healing and light. We don't need people running from those things. That's silly. Twin flames aren't real. Twin flames aren't romantic. And arguing about, please don't argue about any of that. Twin flames is a phenomenon and it's infinite energy, so It's not limited. It can be many things. Anybody can be on a twin flame journey and having twin flame union and experiences. How those union and experiences go and how that journey goes has a lot to do with you as a soul and you and your own soul growth, and how you're doing in your spherical energy, how much support you have in your life and spirituality has a lot to do with everything as well. So now let's look at the feminine energy, see how she's doing. So we looked at the masculine, now we're going to look at the feminine. Masculine was kind of going over the contract. He might have been looking at the twin flame contract. Like looking at details, like maybe trying to figure out the plans, when this is coming together. When is this coming together? How long have we been doing this? How long has this been going on? What's this pattern? What's that pattern? He might be getting better at reading the twin flame contract. That's what it kind of looked like was going on. So yeah, he might see the value in the union itself, seeing the value from a different perspective. And looking at the perks, looking at the highlights, the things that he does agree on, and the things that he doesn't, looking at things that could be blockages or hindrances or just things that we don't always agree on. Kind of like, I just keep hearing hammering something out. Like he's hammering out a contract. It's like masculine is hammering out a plan, hammering something out, fixing something. I don't know. Does something have a dent in it? Okay, so this has to do with, did someone go through a divorce or separation? Is there heavy grief or bitterness, or does somebody wield a powerful feminine sword of truth? This could be a narcissist type feminine. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. What was that noise? This is lots of communication, fast communication. This is many different forms. This could be documents being sent back and forth, text, emails, regular mail, regular communication, all forms of communication. This could be telepathic communication. We have a lot of fiery energy here. This could be squabbling or arguments with the masculine and feminine, or this could be somebody's fear about squabbling. This is the energy that the feminine is usually in. This could be like her in her bathrobe and not looking so fresh and ready in the morning. I'm just kidding. Oh, okay, so they are hanging out together, so this is good. We're seeing a lot of these guys, this and this together. So they like soften each other up. This is the dominant masculine, and this is the empath feminine. What you doing, babe?
Coming back inside and looking for the brush.
Okay.
When it's a cutoff, I hit me out early.
Oh, and then we have the parental figure, the daddy figure. Doesn't have to be daddy, could be mommy, could be both. This is the dominant leaders. Feminine is in, this is all the energy the feminine is in. And she's also in this Leo energy over here. She's in all this soft Cancer, fiery, soft, feminine, dominant, masculine, feminine too. Very authoritative, official. Somebody could be, they could be going over the contract together. The masculine and feminine could be looking at their agreement together, making plans. They could be looking at documents or official things, making decisions on what they agree on and what they don't. Yes, I want some too. And what they see value in and what they don't see value in. when it comes to the union and when it comes to communication. It looks like you're trying to have the right kind of communication. Passionate communication. This is like sending songs back and forth. Messages of truth and love and songs. So this could be like talking about a lot of that, thinking about a lot of it, planning on a lot of it. Masculine could be ready to square away some of the cost of the plans that they've been making. So if you've been making like wedding plans or plans with the family, or we've been doing like family plans a lot too. Family reunion and stuff like that, all kinds of stuff. So it's not a big mystery to me. I know what me and Masculine have been getting together and manifesting and working on. It's been our union, the future of it, bringing things to a higher, better state, seeing the value in that, holding the whole union itself at high value. It's also looking like the masculine's holding the feminine at high value. They're holding each other up at this time as high value, like high on the pedestal. Okay, so feminine is in her queen energy. All her queen energy. She got 3 queens on the board there. And she had a king too. So let's look at the feminine energy deed cards real quick. So yeah, it is looking like we're looking at the plans and the schedule a lot. And this is having faith, prosperity, and commitment and schedule. So this could be like waiting for things to unfold, to prosper, focusing on the commitment, focusing on faith. That's where the feminine is with it. She might have been focused a lot on prosperity, but she's also focused on the commitment. Okay? So I don't know if this was helpful for anybody in the collective, but my masculine was probably ready for me to do a message. I haven't done one in a while. I hope he was excited to hear. We have problem solving, we have vows, and we have compassion. We have worship, and that looks good. That's the kind of thing that twin flames do. We get together and we talk about problem solving with our third energy, problem solving with light communication, love language, and light communication. Show each other love and compassion and give glory and worship to the Lord. All right. Love you guys. God bless you. Bye.